When I want to get my RC on, I go to Crawler Ted's garage.
Alright, so one thing I did hear was that this, that it's a little bit slow, this rig. So instead of the stock 12 tooth pinion, I've gone ahead and gotten a 14. Kick it up a little bit, you know. So the DeWalt motor is not a fast motor, you know what I'm saying? So I usually gear down my I gear up my SCX to run the DeWalt motor. Just to get a little bit of speed out of her. Okay, just checking where I'm going to land there. That looks pretty darn close. I'm going to kick it out just a tiny bit. Right there. And like I say, I made a flat spot on the DeWalt motor there on the shaft. So I'm just going to snug that in there like that. And now comes the fun part. To get the motor screws in. It's so far, right? With the axial, the transmission turned around, you would come in from the back. And I have a nice long driver that I generally use for that, and I don't have too many problems. But I guess this should still, it's going to be a little tricky. The access isn't fabulous, but I think what I'm going to do is get my first screw in there. Wow. Whoa, there we go. Okay, come on now. It's just a different setup, right? You know, the first time you do something like this, it's like, holy crap, how does this work? Because it's different than what you're used to with the axial, for example, right? Okay, so there we go. I've got it in there. I'm going to try and get my, wow! Isn't that something, eh? Okay. Let's try and get my motor in here. Huh. Well, that's definitely going to be a bugger. I'll tell you what. Just can't really. Wow, that was tricky. That's one. Holy crap. Okay, so this will be one that might cause some fighting on the trail if you had to change a motor and stuff. See, it's just because everything's in the way. If the electronics box wasn't in the way. So, but I don't know. It's one of those things, I guess. You know, and then the problem with just trying to move it out of the way, in my opinion, is these nuts that you just drop in and then they just sit there. You take the part out and then the nuts fall out. You know, that's not very. That's just looking to lose stuff. So, in a trail situation, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to try and get this one in there. Boy, oh boy. Somebody's going to be wishing he had to put the motor on first. I guess that's the thing, maybe, is just to drop the transmission, I suppose, is the easiest way, because you know, this is just super awkward, man. I can barely even see. I'm gonna try it. I can barely even see where the screw has to go. You know what I mean? Never mind get it there. Okay, I got it there. Get the mesh. And now I've lost the screw. Okay, well that's a real bugger, that is, I'll tell you what. I'd have to call this not a very friendly transmission motor mount anyway. And the problem here, as I was saying now, is that the nuts are going to fall out, right? So I mean, it's nice that they don't thread into plastic, I guess, that it goes into a nut, but at the same time, I think I might take and I don't know, shoe goo or something, the nuts into place so they stay put. Because as soon as I pull this out, I'm going to lose those nuts. If I'm not careful. So I'm going to try to be careful. You see the screw that I couldn't find. Okay. See, look, even now. A bit tricky to get in there. There we go. Okay. So no big thing. It's just drop the tranny to do the motor and stuff. Don't try and fuss around and get it in there. If you've ever done it on the axle, you know it's fairly easy to get at and do it. But this one's a little different. No big thing though. I'm looking for a nice mesh here, you know, a little bit of play, tiny bit of play between the pinion and the spur. Go ahead and tighten it down now. Okay, we'll call it good. Here's a little plug that goes into the bottom of it, or into the access hole there, you know. Done. Okay, so now we'll drop the transmission back in. Okay, that one. And that one. Let's set over the holes. Yes. Okay, there we go. We are all motored up. So now just a matter of plugging in my motor. Come on. And I guess maybe I should think about some stickers before I get it out there, eh? So here's what I did with the antenna wire. See, I took a piece of antenna tubing, you know, the tube that usually sticks out, and I just a little bit of heat bent it here, a little bit of heat bent it here, keep it down and tucked under the front, but at least it's up. I mean, if you're, you know, trying to get the best signal you can underwater is what I'm shooting for, so we'll see what happens, right? So, some zip ties is what I need here now. I'm going to kind of tie some of this stuff up together, I guess. Should be perfect. Okay, so, I'm just going to go ahead and throw one zip tie right here. And I'm going to go one more to hold that switch up nicely. And there we go. Snip, snip. I don't know if this one's charged. Yes, it is. Oh shoot. Oh, these are both J's. Hold on here. I will finally use my own batteries instead of using J's. Jay and Amanda's bats. Where are my bats? I have bats. No, really, I had bats. Oh, I know where they are. Ah! I was drifting. That's where all my bats are. They're in the duffel bag. I took all of them to the drift meet. I don't know why. Certainly don't run them all. But I was running the semi, and so. Okay, so. Did you see that? Okay, so these are a great idea. They're super strong. They're gonna hold. Did you see that? Come on, dude, they totally just shattered. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come up with my own battery tie down method, I guess. Isn't that something? Didn't even survive the test run. Oh, wow! Oh my god, those are dangerous! Must wear safety glasses when playing with the zip ties. Wow! Isn't that something, eh? Okay, for now, I think what I'll probably do is come up with a plate in there that I can run a Velcro strap around, obviously, you know. But for now, what I did is I grabbed two big zip ties. Look. These are not going to break and take out your eyes. And I've zip tied them around the biggest bat that I use, right? And I'm going to cut them off there. And it'll be just a matter of sliding it in and out, I think. It'll work for now anyway. I'm itching to get the... Yeah, see, it's... I don't think it can fall out. A little bit sloppier with the little bats, so I run these a lot, hey, the 4200, so round packs. That's tight fit for this guy, but not so much for that. I could even, I guess if I wanted to, make it a little tighter, right? It'd be stuff the other ones in hard, but at least I know this guy's going to stay put. Wow, check it out. You know what? I think this thing's ready for a test run, man. I think we're there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, do that somehow so it sits comfortable, you know. Wire switch. Steering trim. Jeez. Smooth as butter, front and back. That's one thing you gotta say about the DeWalt, man. They're very low end. Whoa, smooth, you know what I mean? Okay, well I'm gonna set up the steering endpoints on this Traxxas radio here. I'm getting more left than I am right. I think I'm going to put the trim back to center. I'm going to adjust the sub trim and then, you know, go from there and stuff. So turn this off for now. Alright, there we go, done deal. Other than lighting and some scale accessories and a driver and passenger perhaps, this rig is done, good to go. Check it out, it even functions. That's always good, eh? Perky enough, eh? With that 14-tooth pinion. DeWalt motor, 2-cell LiPo. So yeah, let's get this bad boy out of here, and I'm gonna go do some trailing around my house here a little bit, I guess, since it's so freaking cold. I gotta try it out, man. I gotta drive it. I gotta. Awesome. Alright. Alright, well thanks for watching. This was a long build video series with some long videos in it, and first time I've done that, I definitely kind of learned a few things doing it. I can see how I could shorten it and maybe improve them. So that's what I'll be shooting for, but for those who watched them, all of them especially, thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching them. You know, it was a pretty fun kit overall to do. A big shout out to my buddy Cam 2040, man. Totally came through on that lid. Dead sexy. I just added a couple stickers, nothing too crazy. Couple here and there, you know what I mean? I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it as far as stickers go. I'm that guy, man. If I get started, I can get carried away, and the next thing you know, she'll be covered in stickers. So I'm just going easy at first here. So yeah, man, I got to get it outside. I got to go drive this thing, alright? So thanks for watching. Subscribe. That contest is coming. It's ended pretty soon. We're going to draw on Valentine's Day. So check out a video. This one will do it. Watch the video, like, share, subscribe. You're in the contest. Thanks a lot, man.